So when I first got started with essential oils, I was actually introduced with them during pollen season, which is always a really, really hard time for me. And my story, you might have heard it before, but basically I tried everything in the book to help me through pollen season, help me whenever I would go visit a friend's house that had cats or anything like that. I tried acupuncture, herbs, tinctures, teas, all kinds of crazy diets. I mean, you name it, I've tried it. So when I started using essential oils to help me through, I was a little skeptical, but in the end, really, it's helped way more than anything else I've ever tried. So if you know me or if you talk to anyone that knows me, I've pretty much known as like snot girl. I mean, anytime I'm around, I've got like a huge handkerchief in one hand and I'm just constantly sneezing, and I'm usually pretty miserable. So I'm very excited that I have had a lot of satisfaction using the essential oils. It's helped tremendously. So one of the questions I get asked all the time is, what oils do I use and what helps the most? So I wish I could give people a straight answer and just say, oh yeah, use peppermint, or oh yeah, use X, Y, and Z. Unfortunately, that kind of issue, it's such a whole body issue, and it could be caused by a lot of different things. Sometimes it's genetics, sometimes it's a problem in our gut, sometimes it's a problem with our liver, or maybe it's like toxic, we've got petrochemicals built up in our body. So it really depends on your body and what your body needs as far as what products are going to help you the most. However, there are some sort of baseline places that we can start to use Young Living products to help us through those snotty times. All right, so some of the things that I have used when I first started, I would use a combination of lemon oil, lavender, and peppermint. All right, this was like my go-to. And what I would do is every morning, basically, I think I was doing it 2 or 3 times a day. I would add 2 or 3 drops of each of these to like an empty vegetable capsule, and then add a little bit of olive oil to that capsule and take that about twice a day. And I was getting some results with that. Someone then told me to, instead of taking it as a pill, to try this protocol, and I started doing this, which would be to put lavender and rub about 4 drops over the stomach, rub about 4 drops of lemon over the liver, and then to rub about 4 drops of peppermint on the bottom of your feet. So I gave that a try, and I actually noticed a lot better results when I would do that topically as opposed to putting it in the pill. I think I was kind of new to oils, and I'm so used to that assumption of, oh yeah, I'll just take a pill to solve my issue, and I don't think that putting it on topically is going to do as much, but really that worked a lot better for me. Sometimes I would also use the Breathe Again roll-on that Young Living makes. I don't have it on hand to show you, but it comes in a roller bottle, so you can just untwist the cap and roll it right on. Now, sometimes I would get so stuffed up that I really just needed to drain, so I would take that roller ball and I would roll it like right over my sinuses, and when you do that, the fumes are going to come up into your eyes, so it's not very comfortable. But I would get that desperate, so I would just roll it on and I would close my eyes for about 10 minutes and let the fumes leave, and then I would be okay. But that I remember actually teaching an oil class, and she had a cat and a dog, and I didn't know that, so I didn't really oil up like I should have before I went, so I started really sneezing when I was over there. So before the class started, I took that roller ball right over my nose, and I sat there with my eyes closed for 10 minutes, and then I was able to get through the next hour or two teaching that class. So that was really, really great. Now, peppermint seemed to do a whole lot for me as far as helping me drain and actually dry out. Now, the problem now is that I'm a nursing mama, and peppermint works so well for me as a way to dry out my system that I can't use it when I'm breastfeeding because it dries my milk out. So sometimes I forget that, and I'll put it on, and my baby's really cranky that day because she's just not getting as much milk as she's used to. So I'm going to have to experiment this coming pollen season, which I'm gearing up for right now, And that's okay. You have to be willing to experiment when you're using your oils. And it's actually better to rotate your oils anyway. So instead of just using the same oils over and over again, it's really better to expand and rotate your oils. So this season, I'm going to experiment a lot with cedarwood and tea tree oil, the Melaleuca. So I went to a webinar on this issue, and she gave that protocol. It's actually lavender, cedarwood, and tea tree. So I might continue to put the lavender on my stomach, maybe put the tea tree and the cedarwood on my feet, and I'll probably keep doing the lemon over my liver as well. And during the height of pollen season, I'm going to be doing that, probably 2 to 4 times a day, just to keep it in my system and keep it helping me. Another oil that I've read about and have used some is cinnamon bark. Cinnamon bark is supposed to be really helpful for that issue too. Now, we all know that thieves has cinnamon in it. So I would put thieves on the bottom of my feet, and I would notice that helping a lot as well. The biggest way that I use thieves during pollen season, well, I live in the Appalachian Mountains, so around spring and fall, it's like super damp. Everything is wet and moldy, and the mold really gets to me. It makes me sneeze like crazy. So I will diffuse the thieves in my house. I have the diffuser that comes in the starter kit, and I'll diffuse it in my house, and that will really lower the amount of mold spores in the air, so that I'm not constantly reacting to those. All right, those are sort of my arsenal of oils that I'll use for my allergies. Now, like I said, I'm a nursing mama, so I'm not going to be using peppermint. And what I'm also not going to be doing as a nursing mom is I'm not going to do any crazy heavy detoxing, but I plan to, once I'm past this phase of my life, to go into some really regular detox programs. Because really, in order to truly heal my body deep down, I really need to get rid of the toxins that have been building up over time. So, especially in the gut, they say that, this kind of whole body issue usually stems from the gut and maybe the liver, and, all of our organs get so taxed. So the oils are going to help me in the meantime, and they're going to help heal me, on a cellular level as well. I mean, I can already tell a difference between when I first started using oils and now, almost a year later, I'm using them. Pollen season's coming up, and I feel them working a lot faster now that my body's so used to them, and I've been healing with them. But really, like I said, I want to do some heavy detox protocols when I can after I'm done with my nursing season. And there's a really, really excellent book out there. It's called Inner Transformations Using Essential Oils, and you can find it on abundanthealthforyou.com. And it's really cheap. It's like $15. You can buy this book, and it's got step-by-step protocol for total detoxing, total healing of the body using Young Living essential oils and Young Living infused products. So I'm really excited to be able to try that after I'm done this phase of my life. So I'll let you know how that goes. But in the meantime, I'll just keep using my oils, and I hope that you have success. Never stop experimenting, never stop trying, and make sure that you use your oils regularly, frequently, in order to, experience those benefits that they have to offer.